Thought for the day for Tuesday the 15th of June, and our verse for today is this. Jesus said, "A time has now come when the true worshippers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for they are the kind of worshippers the Father seeks." John 4 verse 23. On each of these three consecutive dates in June, the 14th, 15th and 16th, the Church worldwide celebrates a noteworthy Christian of earlier years, a member of the so-called cloud of witnesses, Hebrews 12 verse 1, now in heaven, and from there watching, so to speak, us Christians still on earth, running our Christian marathon, and in a sense cheering us on by their example and perseverance. Today we focus on 20th century Evelyn Underhill, who died on the 15th of June 1941, aged 66. She was by any standards a remarkable woman, a prolific writer, and as a much sought after woman university lecturer and leader of spiritual retreats, way ahead of her time. An agnostic in her early adult life, she passed through a phase of mysticism before later finding a firm faith in Jesus Christ. She happened to be a keen yachtsman, but if asked, she would have said that her real passion was worship, the subject of one of her best-known books. I quote, "Worship," she wrote, "is the response of the creature to the eternal, and we may think of the whole universe, seen and unseen, as an act of worship." I think Jesus would have heartily approved of that. His statement in our verse for today, John 4 verse 23, is really striking. Humanity sometimes likes to see itself as on a search or quest for God, but the real seeker in the universe is God himself, longing for and looking out for you and me, men and women and children, to worship him. To worship him not because he needs his ego to be bolstered, but because he knows that we frail and flawed humans will only discover our real worth and value in praise and adoration at his, our Creator's feet. So how wrong the atheistic broadcaster Anna Ford is when she says, "Human beings have infinite possibilities to be mature and to control their own lives, and if we hand our lives to someone else, we remain in a childlike state." Worship. It's short, of course, for worthship. That is, offering our Father God and Jesus, his Son, what they are worth. And whilst this includes singing our hearts out on a Sunday, when we're allowed to, worship is far, far more than praise in church. True worship includes the offering of our whole selves, body, mind and spirit, in sacrificial service and in good deeds. There was a young man who rushed up to church just as the congregation was coming out. "Is the service over?" he asked the steward. "No," came the reply. "Our worship is over, but our service is about to begin." So, as you travel through today, think of yourself perhaps as a mobile worship centre and draw strength from the knowledge that God is just on tiptoe to receive your offering.